The International Liver Transplantation Society's annual Congress kicks off this week, and I'm here with Dr. Michael Charlton, president of the organization this year, to tell us a little bit about what people can expect at this event.
Well, several things. Firstly, it's in a beautiful place. Prague is one of the world's great cities. It's undervisited compared to places like Paris, so just being there will be an uplifting experience. We're bringing together providers and scientists from around the world. I think at least 3 continents, about 80 countries, 1,700 doctors, nurses, allied health providers, anesthesiologists, infectious disease specialists, surgeons, liver specialists will all be there to exchange knowledge that's the most current and recently developed in the field of liver transplantation across each of those specialties, each of those areas of liver transplantation. Then there's networking. I've made more friends and contacts during these congresses than I have at any other meeting. It's big enough to be exciting, but it's not so big that you're lost in the crowd as you can be with some of these huge medical society meetings. And finally, we specifically try and nurture the youngest investigators and clinicians. So we have special meetings where we bring together the mavens and the doyens from around the world, and we have a reception for them where they interact and mingle with the youngest of the investigators and attendees too. It's a very popular Congress. We're having more people come this year than we ever had before, which is in contrast to most medical congresses are dwindling a little bit for a number of reasons, including electronic dissemination of information. But there's no way to really replace what happens at ILTS digitally at this point.
Okay. And with everybody coming from, I mean, this is a global event, right? Yeah. So this has the potential to impact things on a much larger scale.
It will, absolutely will impact things on a larger scale. So whether it's living donation, the first living donor liver transplantation analysis was done here in the US with the right lobe, for example. In the whole of the United States, we do around 250 a year. In one medical center in Korea, they do over 300 a year now. There's been this transition of knowledge from one country to another where they don't have access to deceased donors. So it's not just a theoretical change in practice, you see it happen, and they exchange techniques. They watch videos of how each other put bile ducts together, arteries and veins together, how to preserve organs the best. So it's a very enjoyable exchange that has very practical implications.
And in looking at the ability for it to impact such a large scale, I understand there's a late-breaking clinical trials that are being presented there, right. And those will then have the opportunity of bringing the best of what's currently happening.
Right.
Any kind of overviews that you think important for people to know as they plan? We're a day or two out.
Gosh, we've deliberately made each day very varied. So whatever your interest, whether it's radiology, anesthesia, organ preservation, surgical technique, taking care of people with advanced liver disease, there's some of that each and every day that you're there. So you can pick and choose, or you can go to one theme throughout. There'll be something to keep you occupied and engaged throughout the whole meeting.
Thanks for all the great information on the conference, and it sounds like it's going to be a great event, and we look forward to the networking and the new research that will be presented.
Likewise, I'm looking forward to it too. Thank you for having me, Jason.